Welcome back to Networthy Podcast, where we provide coverage on all things NBA. I'm your co-host, El Jefe, and I'm joined here by my fellow members of the SFN crew. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's good?
We here another day,
Basketball's back, man.
right around the corner.
Here.
Yes, sir. Basketball is back. We is finally here, and it's time to get right into it, fellas. Of course, y'all know I'm a Miami truthful, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the podcast off with that. What I think for Miami this season, in the last two seasons, Miami's won the Eastern Conference with 53 wins 2 seasons ago. Last season, they had 44 and had to sit in the play-in. This season, they got them on FanDuel going over 44 and a half wins. As a Heat fan, I'm gonna say under that, mainly because Jimmy. I know they put this rest rule in effect, but Jimmy definitely still going to take his games off. He's still going to hold back and wait until the postseason like he typically does. We're still going to make it into the playoffs. We'll probably win somewhere around 35 to 42, 3 games, I'd say, right under that 44 and a half. But I just don't see us going over that. That's just me personally. As far as how far we can go in this season, honestly, as far as Jimmy and Eric can take us, as far as that coaching, because we had to build new pieces with a couple of our guys leaving. But there's new faces in the East, so it's definitely going to be tough and rough for them this season when they have to play Boston and the Bucks this year.
Not doing shit.
Yeah. Anyways, outside of those two franchises, there's really nothing going on in the East in my eyes because Embiid is just nobody, and Jimmy will clearly run through that team. But Boston and the Bucks, we will.
Exists.
Yeah, I don't care about them, buddy. Just like I don't care about y'all. But I do care about Boston and I do care about the Bucks. So I will speak on them real quick. We will have to watch out for them. I know we beat them last season. I feel like we have the Bucks number, but they added a piece that we should have added. But we'll see what happens when it comes playoff time. I still have faith in Jimmy Buckets. I still have faith in Eric Spoelstra. And Pat Riley has stake in the finals, fellas. Y'all know this. I know this. I'm just going to put this out there. But that's enough about Miami. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the attention over to somebody else who I was just talking to, Wayne, real quick with Boston. Last season they got 51 wins, or I'm sorry, 2 seasons ago they got 51 wins. Last season they got 57. FanDuel currently has them sitting at a cool 54 and a half for this season. Wayne, how you feel about Boston this season?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, for sure. I like the 54. You got to take the over for that one. It should be another 56 plus win season for sure. The team overall is a lot better than what it has been. I would say for the last 2 years, last 2 or maybe even 3 years overall talent wise. There is some sneaky depth that a lot of people do not know about yet. That you guys will find out about as the season progresses and it goes on. A lot of good pieces that are able to get some rebounds, come off the bench, play some defense, score some baskets like you're supposed to. But the main big four that we do have in the two J's, 3 J's at that, because we have Drew now, Drew Holiday, and then having KP down low. It's actually gonna be a problem, to be honest with you. It's gonna be a problem. I see us being 1 or 2 in the East. I really only feel like the only team that will give us issues is Milwaukee, and that's a big if. Miami, yeah, I mean, they've been a thorn in our backside for the last few years and things like that, but I can't see it happening this year with the type of team that we have constructed. We have a lot of people who will kind of clean up the mistakes that we've been kind of messing up on for the last few years. So I'll say overall, if you're betting, go ahead and bet over that 50, 54 and a half for sure for the Celtics. It should be a very successful season overall. I have them at least making the finals. I can't put my finger on if they're winning it or not. I got to see who comes out of the West. because we have a couple of teams that have our number in the West, i.e. LA, i.e. Golden State. So, outside of that, we'll see.
Yeah, Wayne, I will agree with you. I definitely already hopped over that 54.5. My money's already set on that. I've already got it in the bags. I've already taken it. It's already in my account. So I will 100% agree with you on that. But let's stay in the Eastern Conference real quick and go over to the Knicks. 2 seasons ago, they had 37 wins. Last season, they got a cool 47, went about 10 over that. This season, FanDuel's got them over 45.5. TP, how you feeling about them this season?
I mean, just like most of my teams, it's going to be disappointment. There's not really much to be said about the Knicks. Josh Hart brings heart to this team, but the Knicks didn't really make any adjustments or any changes. That's really going to take them over the top. Julius Randle, still Julius Randle. Emmanuel quickly, I'm hoping that he can take the next step forward. But this is Jalen Brunson's team, all in all. I mean, Mitchell Robinson is going to play defense. We have Hartenstein who's going to be able to do what he needs to do. Quinn Grimes is, decent. DiVincenzo. There's not really much to be expected from the New York Knicks. The Knicks are the Knicks. It's just going to be, more gritty basketball. Maybe a 4th or 5th, if that. Maybe a 6th seed. I know guys are laughing on the I know everybody else has their, King James, and you got the three, the big three over there in Boston. Obviously, the Knicks really have much. But I mean, hey man, we're just gonna be realistic about what's going on in New York. Not much. It's not much going on in New York. You got Broadway. Go get yourself a Hebrew national. Go get yourself a hot dog. You know what I mean? Like,
Villanova Knicks.
Yeah, exactly. Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, they'll have some fun. Good football. I mean, good basketball. But it's not really much going on. As I was saying earlier, I think Cleveland is probably going to play a better brand of basketball than the New York Knicks. I've been seeing some of the workouts with Darius Garland and them, and then they also picked up Monty Bates, who's probably going to be the biggest steal of the draft. He's a hooper, and we've been watching him since high school. Who Sav, I saw your face. Who do you think's going to be? I mean, Monty Bates is a hooper. If we're keeping it above, he's a hooper.
He's a hooper.
Monty Bates got put in a situation where he's going to be used to the way he's supposed to be used. If he would have gone drafted to another team that didn't need him at that position, and/or didn't need him at all, because you got to remember, you can't keep everybody. You only can keep 9 times out of 10. Most teams only keep about 13 cats, although on roster you keep 15, but 9 times out of 10, 2 of those cats go to G League. So he's performing well enough where he's not going to have to go to G League, but they are going to have him on a 2-way contract. I don't see him fully being rostered in that roster. I do see him being a 2-way player and playing when people have to have rest days and people get injured. He will be called up. And like I said, I do feel like he'll perform, but he's also one of those cats, head-wise, is a head case sometimes as far as off court. And
I agree wholeheartedly. Definitely, he's off.
And as we've seen recently, a lot of cats now are getting waived because of behavior off court. So a lot of teams aren't going to take your nonsense. You got to have value for teams to even want to think about even dealing with that. Unfortunate case, John Morant. So if we're gonna be on the topic of it, but just saying. Yeah. So it's gonna come down to a few things, but
I mean, if Imani can stay at Shelby, I mean, he's a 6'10" forward with immense skill. He can score the pill. He can handle the rock. I mean, his defense is probably a little bit suspect, but you got the Evan Mobley out there. So, the post is going to be a little guarded up.
Like doubling back down and looking at what you're saying. Imani is behind Max Struss, Isaac Okoro, Karis LeVert, and George Niang.
Yeah, he's done.
Imani can come in and play the 3 or the 4. I mean, he can play 3 or 4. Yeah. Jared Allen. I mean, the thing
absolutely.
If Cleveland's looking for instant offense, Imani could be that answer. You know what I mean? You take one of them guys off the floor, You take Donovan Mitchell off the floor. You take Darius Garland off the floor. You need somebody to relieve that, score with that second unit. You throw Amani in the mix just to see what he has.
Yeah. And honestly, looking at their roster, he is probably the safest option to have coming off the bench.
Yes,
they don't really have a stretch that can spread the floor and shoot the ball.
So,
and that's what he is.
You know what I think is crazy? I asked TP about his favorite team, and somehow he transitioned to a whole new team. So, have you found faith in a new franchise?
Damn, tragic.
No, I'm still a Knicks fan.
I'm just curious. I'm
just being objective because I mean, same thing with football, especially college football this year. I'm here to watch good basketball.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm here to watch good basketball.
That's fine.
I think Cleveland's gonna provide us with a good brand of basketball.
All right, that's fine and dandy. Well, let's tap in real quick.
This brother cut me off. He said, "Yeah, I'm tired of hearing about Cleveland."
Yeah, I don't care about that,
small market
buddy.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Since LeBron left. This is the problem with you big market guys. You guys.
No, you know why I don't care about them?
Big market Miami.
Because I still don't care about Donovan.
But yeah, he's a Knicks fan, guys.
Don't worry about what's going on because I'm bringing attention, but I'm bringing attention to the small market. I'm bringing attention to the small market.
Only thing that I'm gonna say about y'all, TP, is I am excited because I do like the way Quentin Grimes.
Excited to see them lose again?
No, I'm excited to see Quentin Grimes go to the 3-point contest because he is a good shooter and he doesn't get the love that he should. But I feel like this year he is. But I also feel like TP, y'all don't give Evan Fournier enough minutes that he deserves.
No. So this is the thing, though. The thing is, Evan Fournier is good within the system, and he doesn't have to play defense. He's a liability on defense. So you throw him on the floor, and if he's not on, he's going to be in the negative when it comes to plus minus. No offense, Evan Fournier, because I'm not in the NBA. So who am I to speak on that? But when you look at Evan Fournier when it comes to plus minus, if he's not scoring like what 15, 18 points, what is he doing? You know what I mean? He's
fair point.
He's giving up buckets on the defensive floor. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm an NBA superstar, I'm seeking out the matchup against Evan Fournier. He's not giving you what you need on defense. That's why he can't see the floor. There's a lot of players that can score the ball, but if they can't give me anything defensively, I can't put them on the floor because everybody can score now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, well, speaking of scores, let's tap in with Sav for some predictions on his favorite players team that currently plays right now. The Lakers. 2 seasons ago, they got 33 wins. Last season, they got 43, and for some reason, FanDuel has them sitting at 46.5 wins this season. Sav, please explain this.
What was that? What was the last part? What's FanDuel has that?
I want you to explain why FanDuel for some reason thinks the Lakers are this good.
What you mean? What was you expecting us to? Where were you expecting us to be? I really want to know.
Do you think your favorite team is going to be 46 wins good after 33 wins and 43? You think they're going to win 47 games this season?
What did we not have last year that we have this year? Just first question. That can be a group question. Doesn't matter.
I don't pay attention enough to y'all.
That's fine. I'll answer it for you. We have youth, something that you guys don't have. Once again, the lineup that we have this year is so much more diverse than what we're used to having. Like they've been going out of the way and they've gone and got players that LeBron's comfortable with, players that aren't going to overshine and take light from. And or I won't say that necessarily as far as take light from because LeBron James, we know who this is. You see who that is. But it's more so now you have a bunch of younger guys under veteran leadership that is going to propel them to a level of basketball that they're not used to seeing. And they do have now shooting depth that they didn't have last year. And they now have younger players, in my opinion, that can get up and down the floor on a consistent level that they weren't getting last year. And they also have, in my opinion, a lot of guys who are a little bit more healthier than what they've had in the past as well. So 46 is not a bad. And once again, 46 is also highly off of LeBron being healthy as well too. And let's just be realistic about it if we're gonna talk.
Does Cam Reddish
This is
finally make
turnaround
an
year.
impact for a basketball
This is
team?
turnaround year. This is turnaround year for sure.
Is it?
And
I
me
mean,
personally,
we've said it multiple times.
no. You put him, you y'all took him and y'all did what y'all did to him, and he shouldn't have been there to begin with. Personally, that's my first issue. You had him sitting in a situation where he should have been flourishing, in my personal opinion. Thibodeau did that man completely wrong, messed up a man's mental. That's fine. We don't have to talk about it here, but we're gonna talk about it here.
So he's Ben Simmons.
No, he's not Ben. He's a way better player than Ben Simmons, in my personal opinion. He's a better player than RJ Barrett. Only thing about RJ is now gained some weight and now can attack the rim, not as scared as what he once was. And granted, people and as a Duke fan, I've seen the difference. I've seen the growth. But don't start with me because we can talk about Tatum too. So we'll come back to that.
We don't need to talk about Duke at all. Just at all.
I understand.
Cam Reddish. Are you saying Cam Reddish is over Tatum? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But once
okay,
again,
okay.
it was very slated when they first began who was a better player when they first came out. But that's not neither here nor there because we are in a present.
Well, we're present day now. We understand.
Right, absolutely. That's why I said we're gonna leave.
One is an MVP candidate. The other one is almost out of the league.
Facts.
Almost out of the league is a very big stretch because he's better than a lot of role players currently.
But he's not showing it on the floor.
He hasn't been able to show it on the floor because he went to a team that did not show and/or give him the opportunity to be. You're telling me you're playing Cam Reddish? Oh, you're playing Obi Toppin over Cam Reddish? Come on now, let's be.
I mean, the coach is obviously the
no, bro. Thibodeau didn't like that man to begin with. Thibodeau got that man in the trade.
What was he doing in Atlanta then? What was he doing in Atlanta then?
What you mean? Was he doing in Atlanta? He was scoring. He was playing. He was contending in Atlanta. But you got to understand who he's playing behind. He's playing behind Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey is a dog.
Sadiq Bey is a dog. I had him on fantasy a couple years ago. Sadiq Bey is a dog.
Absolutely.
However, if you're supposed to be the dog, you're supposed to get that playing time, and he wasn't doing that. And let me be clear, because we've seen
what playing time do you believe he should be averaging? In my personal opinion, I just want to understand the number scale of what we're
maybe 15, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes a game.
And he was
right now.
And you're telling me he wasn't getting that in Atlanta? He was average. I'm pretty sure he was getting at least 15 minutes a game in Atlanta, if I'm correct. At least. He was at least seventh off the bench in Atlanta.
He wasn't doing much in Atlanta. That's all I'll say.
I'm just
but the minutes is what we're talking about. Doing much is understandable, but it's more so you got to understand that when you play in the NBA, you being on the floor for 18 minutes and you not scoring, but yet still putting defensive plays and things like that, you're still doing your job.
No, he got for sure. He got 23 in Atlanta, then he got 14 in New York, then he got another 20. So yeah, so he split 23 and 14, and then he got 21 in New York, and then he got 20. No, he got 27 in Portland. He got 27.
The man is one season away from overseas. Let's just be real with it.
Nah,
and but the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that because Hooper's because PJ Tucker went overseas and he came back home and he's telling me always in a winning situation.
You're taking Dylan Brooks over Cam Reddish? Come on now,
I'm taking his heart. I'm taking his heart.
I mean, they're both one season. They're both one season away out of the league.
Yeah.
But honestly, Dylan Brooks is one season away out.
The thing is about Dylan Brooks, he was a pivotal piece in Memphis, and we haven't seen what's going to happen in Houston. However,
we saw what was happening.
People can handle Dylan Brooks all he wants. He brought heart to that team. Did he not?
Yeah, sure did. 100%. 100%. That's what I'm saying. Defense at heart. That's Dylan Brooks. So
you need that. He's a watered down Marcus Smart.
Pivotal. It's pivotal.
And Sav, to be fair, I'm not trying to disrespect Cam Reddish because we've all seen the clip when Anthony Edwards, who soon to be a perennial All-Star, potentially All-NBA guy in the future, he said that Cam Reddish was that guy. We're in my opinion, I think that we're just all waiting for Cam Reddish to become who everybody assumed he was going to become. because Cam Reddish has the talent. You being a Duke fan, I mean, I'm not really a Duke guy, but I've seen Cam Reddish ball out.
I've been watching Cam since high school. I have footage of Cam when I was videographing. I have literally footage of Cam on my computer to this day. Like
Case in
the
point, you know what
raw
I'm saying?
footage.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're just waiting for Cam to hoop out. You know, Wayne shook his head too. Like you know, he's not saying like we're just waiting for Cam to ball out because
Like and
it's the
honestly,
potential's
I
there.
think this is a year. He has guidance. He has guidance from a vet that he hasn't gotten from other teams. Where once again, in my opinion, he's gone and he's just sat behind guys who play. And in the podcast, I don't know if y'all heard, but when Paul George and Jeff Teague were talking about, you got a lot of cats in the league who don't hoop but are just in the league. You know what I'm saying? There's hoopers.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
Bro,
They're just in the league
the
but
Jeff Teague
playing.
podcast, they talk about that all the time, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, like, if you're not behind the correct players that are going to help you, and once again, sometimes, and I don't mean necessarily help as far as guide, but it's one thing you practice with these cats. So, and when you hoop, you know the difference of when you hoop with cats who are going to hoop and then make sure you still busting your ass to a point where you getting what's understanding. And then the cats is going to hoop with you, and it's going to be the end of that. You know what I'm saying? Park hoop.
So is he going to get more time than Rory? Are they going to adjust the lineup?
I looking at the way this lineup's gonna go, if healthy, I see it being D'Lo. I see it being Reeves at 2.
LeBron at the 3.
No, probably Braun at they may put Braun at 4.
Yeah, because they're gonna put AD at center. Yeah.
They'll put AD at 5 because they'll stretch. If they'll put AD at 5, and then it's gonna depend really. I prefer them not to start Prince at the 3. I'd prefer it be right. I'd be for it be Huchimara. Me personally,
Yeah.
it's really just gonna depend on how it breaks down. Something told me while I was reading something, LeBron likes the way Max Christie plays, so I wouldn't be surprised if they move D'Lo
to
Doug
Christie's son.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they move D'Lo to the 2, but play the 1 and have Christie in as the 1. But that's a big reach in my personal.
Yeah.
So it's
I just don't see a space where Cam can get in because they also got Christian Wood.
Oh, I'm tweaking, and you know, actually, it's probably going to be D'Lo, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Jared Vanderbilt, if healthy, will be the 4, and then they'll have 80 at the 5.
Awesome.
I totally forgot about Jared Vanderbilt, and he can shoot a stretch 4.
I can't see him starting over Rui though. I think off the bench more than anything, he would come off the bench.
Because Rui was hooping.
Rui was hooping in the playoffs, man.
Me personally, out. If I had to choose, I would be starting Christian Wood over Roy anyway. I start Christian Wood at the 4 and LeBron at the 3.
I don't think even though Shaq is now familiar with his game. He wasn't prior, but now he's familiar with his game.
Who?
It was just a callback when Christian Wood called.
That's why I thought. I was just making sure we're on the same page.
It was a callback to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's difficult to sit Rui, at least in the beginning of the season. Like unless Rui
Roy would be a 6. See, Roy's gonna be comfortable coming off the bench.
I say it's just matchups, bro. Just depends on matchups. That's all.
That's fair.
Exactly. It's going to depend on matchups because Christian Wood started all last year with the Mavs.
Yeah.
Roy has they have the what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
And Christian Wood can stretch the floor. Christian Wood can rebound.
If they're going against like Nuggets for sure, yeah. You got to put Wood and AD down there. Yeah. For sure.
For sure. You got to. Oh. No question about that because that's going to be a difficult night for them if they don't.
I don't think the Nuggets repeat this year though.
No, absolutely not.
Nah. I mean, you got a team like the Suns out there too. They got some pieces this season.
But this is my issue with the Suns is I don't know which Bradley Beal is going to show up because Bradley Beal tends to falter a little bit, but he's not the number one.
To be honest to that, it's not going to matter. And
I was just going to say that.
And
Yeah,
I hate to say this, but we got to be realistic about this shit. No matter which Bradley Beal you getting, this is still a veteran guard going against a team's third option.
For sure. But it's like for example, when games matter, that's because like regular season games for sure, he might give you like
KD's still taking the
25.
shot. I don't want to hear it. KD's still
Absolutely,
taking the
I
shot.
agree with that.
If KD doesn't request a
think
trade
okay.
midway, and I love KD.
He's
That's
not
if he
going
doesn't
to.
request a trade midway through the season.
Why would he?
Because it's
Why
Kevin
wouldn't he?
Durant.
He's done it
We
before.
don't.
That's what he does.
We don't. Yeah, and it's nothing against Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is a hooper, and all he wants to do is hoop. But who's to say he doesn't request a trade midway through the season, and then you have to deal with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. That's it. You know what I mean?
But see, once again, he's not getting moved mid-season. He did this. He tried it last year with. Didn't he try
Yeah,
with
no.
the Knicks?
I
he
mean,
tried it with the Nets. And well, how did that go? You stayed.
I don't think he's gonna leave, but I mean, I just it's something about that Suns team I just don't like, and I think it's just
That
we've seen
Suns
enough.
team.
We've seen
CP's
enough.
gone.
We've seen enough.
CP's gone. Their cancer's gone.
I can't.
It's
You
not even
can't.
about-
Brad,
It's not even about that. We've seen Bradley Beal in Washington. I don't. He doesn't like pressure.
but he doesn't have that pressure he's gonna have to deal. And that's what I was just saying.
The
That's what I
pressure's
was
off
telling
him
Wayne
now.
earlier. It's for Porzingis and Bradley Beal, it is Christmas. We don't have to do twice as much work as we once had to do. We are not considered primary options. We are considered side pieces, respectfully.
Yeah, Wayne, I'm not gonna lie. That Porzingis pickup, because Holiday defense, because Jaylen Brown, he got to figure out how to dribble with his left hand, so the pressure's gonna be off anybody else.
Realistically, if Jaylen Brown just sit and just set up shot, he ain't got to do nothing. He ain't got to dribble at all. Just shoot the damn ball. You straight.
Exactly.
Do
Yeah.
your job.
We got
Shoot the ball.
we
Stop
got
trying
we
to do
got
stuff
enough
that you're
people
not
who can
supposed to
move the
do.
ball.
Shoot the ball.
Because
Yeah,
we gotta
Boston.
start off with having Derek White at shooting guard. Straight through with the Jays and then KP. Just depending on matchup, but which is fine with me. I have no problem with it. It's gonna work out just fine. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I'm ready for it.
That Drew Holiday pickup is huge.
Oh, it's huge, man. It's huge.
I mean, because
And y'all still have one of the decent benches. Like just looking back down, even looking at the Suns bench, like you don't have much. Jordan Goodwin, Eric Gordon, Keon Johnson,
Bobo is gonna be a steal for them, bro. Bobo,
Yeah.
man. Bobo.
Bobo got to stay healthy. Bobo hasn't been healthy
it.
for the last couple of years.
Shoot, he was for the most part last year.
Was he?
Hey, but
Hold on.
Yeah, for the most part.
Peyton Pritchard is going to be big for you guys quietly.
Oh yeah,
he comes off the bench and electrifies that offense.
Yeah. So I said some sneaky depth on the bench, man. People not thinking about it.
Boston.
We got some length too as well, some rebounders. So we should be okay.
Bobo's healthiest year was last year when he played 70 games.
See, that's what I'm saying. Last year he was hooping though too.
But that was last year. 2020 he played 7, 21, 32, 22, 14.
And he don't got to do too much this year too. Just come off the bench and do what you got to do. You're not starting. Well,
he's gonna start. What are you talking about?
They got Nurkic. Don't they bring in Nurkic with that trade? I'm pretty sure they brought in Nurkic.
They did. But I still don't.
Yeah, the Suns. They brought in Nurkic with the trade to Portland. Yeah, so they can replace Aiden just fine with somebody who could just rebound the ball and play defense down there. That's all they need.
You know what? Because he has more heart than Aiden. Nothing against Aiden.
Absolutely.
Aiden just doesn't have the heart, man.
Yeah,
that's a big thing here on the floor. You gotta have the heart to hoop.
That's it, man. Well,
speaking of Boston, though, y'all gonna have to deal with Dame and them. But Drew Holiday kills Dame Lillard. Yeah, that boy in handcuffs that one year in New Orleans.
He gonna want that revenge, dog, for them trading him like that. And his wife sending out that statement.
Yeah.
He gonna want that revenge every game they played Milwaukee, man.
That starting lineup does look ridiculous, though.
I know Hefe's upset because nobody wants to talk about Miami. I know South Beach is a fun place to.
And y'all still got
a fun destination, but it's nothing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
I'm not worried. All right,
stuff from last
just worry
year.
about your Knicks, buddy.
I'm not worried about the Knicks. I'm here to watch good basketball.
Yeah, because you're not watching it from the Knicks. I can tell you that.
Great basketball this year.
For sure. We
Ja-
Knicks gonna
Ja-
be
You'll be
great.
watching. You'll be watching everywhere else, but New York.
Ja got
Damn,
25
y'all still
games for
got
that.
Kyle Lowry.
Oh yeah, they still got Kyle Lowry.
Hey,
You
don't
know
worry. Hey, don't worry about Miami's death. All right,
I'm
we got
checking
Lowry.
everybody's depth right now, so I
Fine.
figured it was only fair.
Hey, worry about yourself. Worry about the West, man. Don't worry about the East.
Hey, we all healthy over here. You have 12 people that are on day to day right now.
Oof.
Bro, that's because did you not see our injury report though? They literally their injury status was allowing others to get to play.
Dehydration is your injury report. Too much drinking out there in Miami.
Don't worry about what we
Exactly.
do, man. We just doing what we do. Like I said, Jimmy plays when it's playoff time. That's when you'll see him
I'm
shine,
not trying to hear that.
bro.
This
Just
man
because
takes off. He takes off all season every year for y'all to win 37 games and get into the play-in game, and then wants to turn up. 37 to 40 games. That's what y'all get every time.
And it's quiet for that now.
Wow.
The
Every
NBA is
time.
aware of that now.
It's
NBA is aware of
Y'all are
that.
starting quitting?
Man,
Y'all are gonna start quitting this year?
Who?
again,
Us?
don't worry about what
Ooh,
we do.
us?
like
Y'all the only one that have a quitting. I understand.
Don't worry
what's
about
going
what
on, man.
anybody's doing. Worry about the West.
Y'all starting quitting over Josh is crazy.
it should be Josh Richardson.
That's nuts.
You know Thibodeau sees one thing and then he realizes the error in his ways.
And you thought
and he makes a switch.
okay. Yeah.
No, I don't think the Knicks
Right.
are going to be anything better than a 5 seed. You have the Celtics, the Heat, the Bucks.
I wouldn't put the Sixers over y'all. I don't know. I think y'all better than the Sixers, to be honest with you, dog.
No way.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I don't know.
I think y'all better than the Sixers, bro. I even
That's
thought
tough.
if y'all played them last year, y'all would have beat them in the playoffs.
Once they trade Harden and get the pieces that they need,
Mhm.
nah, that's why.
First
Y'all
off,
just can't stop Embiid
they added Kelly Oubre in the offseason and they added Mo Bamba in the offseason.
and Pat Beverly. Yeah.
If James
Yes.
Harden actually decides to say
To show up,
crazy.
that's going to be a problem.
All you gotta do is show up. That's
All he's
it.
got to do is
But,
play.
Bro,
I don't
we've
know.
been saying this. We've been saying this about the Sixers for years, though. The
Yeah.
Sixers
We haven't.
were
No,
Sixers is going to do this.
yeah,
Sixers gonna do that.
no.
You
They're not
may
going
be.
to. I'm telling you, they're not going to do anything like major, but they're going to be a top seeded team.
I give
That's
them
all- that's all
4.
we're saying.
I give them 4 if anything.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the teams then. We have Boston,
Milwaukee.
7 Philadelphia. Yeah, we're not actually. You know what? Fuck Miami, Cleveland, and then the Knicks.
Wait, as 5?
Knicks at 5. Yeah.
No.
Who?
If I had to pick, actually, Wayne, you go first. What are your 5? What are your 5?
For the East?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Boston in this order too. Boston, Milwaukee. Now I'm dibbling and dabbling between Philadelphia and Cleveland for 3 because I really think that Cleveland can make that run at 3.
Cleveland is
But
good.
we'll go with Philly right there, and then we'll go with Cleveland at 4. 5. Man, I feel like I'm missing somebody else, but
Maybe Indiana.
yeah.
No.
Because they're sneaky. Maybe them. I was gonna say probably even Chicago too, because Chicago's they're like a veteran team with DeRozan and Zach LaVine. They've been getting it done. Possibly done, but I can see them being a playing team. So no, yeah, I would probably go Indiana and New York, that 5 and 6 range right there. And then we'll go with the Heat at 7. At that plan for sure. Yep.
Hefe's not even talking to us.
Hefe, go. What's your 5?
My 5.
East.
Well, in no particular order.
Oh wow.
How did he catch that?
Right.
I'm gonna say
Wow.
that
Michael
this is gonna be
Thomas.
the Bucks, Boston, Philly, the Cavs, and it's going to depend on how much Jimmy plays during the season. It'll either be Miami or the Knicks.
At 5?
Yeah, at 5. It'll be either Miami or the Knicks at 5.
He
And
said it was
whoever does not get 5 will most likely get 6. It'll most likely be a similar repeat of how last season was. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. It depends. And like I said, it's going to depend on how much Jimmy decides to play this season, and show up during the regular season. But if it's not Miami, I think it's gonna be the Knicks.
I got Boston 1, Milwaukee 2, Cleveland 3, Philly 4. And I'm going to sleep because I don't trust either of y'all bum ass niggas. I don't want to say Chicago, but their bench depth is not like I like the veteran presence.
It's not much to choose from. Even you can't go Atlanta, you can't go Orlando. I mean, Orlando's
I
upcoming.
really would go with Orlando though.
Me too. I want to, but
I like
just
Indiana,
Yeah,
man.
I'm just.
I like Indiana.
See, the
Yeah.
Orlando chemistry for me just looks so much better on paper, and then seeing them play, I just don't trust Indiana outside of the starting 5. I would say Toronto too, but I don't trust anybody outside of their starting 5, minus maybe Grady and Scotty Barnes.
So
Barnes
Indiana
not
has
Grady. Not Grady.
Daniel Theis probably coming off the Daniel Theis coming off the bench. Jalen Smith coming off the bench. Yeah, they
like
don't really have
if
much.
you look at Orlando's bench is kind of tough. It's very young but very tough.
I feel like Indiana's young too, man.
Yeah, I think Indiana's, even with them picking up Bruce Brown and Obi in this offseason, it's decent. It's decent pieces for them. You know what I mean? They're gonna trade away Buddy too, and they're gonna get pieces from him. So they'll be all right.
You think they're gonna trade Buddy?
That's what I saw the rumors like 2 weeks ago.
They've been trying to trade Buddy for a minute now, but they just haven't. Buddy got too much money on him. That's all. That's what the issue is. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that bag that comes with Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Send it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm Indiana, you gotta keep him just to score, just for like bucket relief. But what do I know?
Yeah, what do we know? But you know what? You can catch us next week on the next episode of Networthy. Until then, LFA's out of here. We'll see y'all next time.